Southwind Spotlight featuring Jeff English.
All right, ready to go. Sorry for taking up your guys' break. A little bit behind, so we're rolling with it. Before I get started, everybody's been kind of thanking the speakers that have been up here prior to me. Everybody's done an awesome job, but a big shout out to the voice of Southwind, Sophie back here, and Nathan. And Nathan putting together all these slides. I'm sure he was working with Jeffrey Anderson until about 5 minutes ago to get his slide going, so good job. Well, being the last Spotlight speaker of the day is a good thing, but it's also a horrifying thing. I've sat and listened to great speakers all day, and I am second-guessing everything that I have written down. So I can't tell you how honored I am to be here, to speak in front of such a talented group of people, and tell you a little bit about my why and how it relates to dedication of service to our people and to each other. A little background on me. In my previous career, I was in education. I was the director of admissions at a private high school here in Kansas City called Bishop Miege. I grew up living about a block away from Miege. My mom was a grade school teacher who became a principal. My dad was a PE teacher and coached girls basketball at Miege. I am married to my beautiful wife, Maddie. We just got married 2 months ago. We have the best dog in the world, Mulligan. And I have 2 older brothers and a younger sister that I love more than anything. My parents worked really hard to support us. My dad had a lawn company on the side. My mom got her master's while teaching and raising 4 kids. I had an incredible upbringing. I have no complaints about my upbringing. We didn't have everything, but my parents always made sure that we had what we needed. No matter how busy both of them were, they always found time to support us through our sports or other activities we were involved in. Just like Nicole said earlier, my dad was my best friend and role model growing up. I was his right-hand man. I grew up in the Miege gym every single day. After school, I'd walk across the parking lot and go to every one of his practices. It was a running joke that if I ever got in trouble, which never happened, or I had a bad report card, I wouldn't get grounded like everybody else. I just wouldn't be able to go to my dad's practices. My dad was one of the most successful high school girls basketball coaches in the country. He coached at Miege for 43 years, racking up 23 state titles and a record of 910 wins and 168 losses. Thanks, Les. He inspired kids every day, pushing them further than they ever thought they could go, making them realize the importance of accountability, teamwork, and dedication, and giving them tools for life that they didn't even know that they needed. We talk a lot about checking egos at the door. Every successful person has a little bit of an ego, and my dad was no exception. But when interviewed or asked, he always deflected praise to his players and coaches that were alongside of him. I was fortunate enough to coach under him for 18 years before his retirement. I had the privilege to spend time with my dad that not too many sons got to do. We had different personalities, but we loved each other and pushed each other to think outside the box, sometimes to a point of completely getting in a full-blown argument. What I didn't know the whole time was he was preparing me for life and how to overcome obstacles and to push myself past my comfort level and achieve things that I didn't even know I could achieve. After he retired, I had my dream job. I was the head girls basketball coach at Bishop Miege High School. As a first-year head coach and my dad by my side as my assistant, we went 23-2 and won the state championship. It was the most incredible feeling celebrating with him and the team. A month later, after celebration became a part of the past, I felt like I was missing something in my life. My job in education had plateaued. I had reached the mountaintop, in year one of my coaching career, and I was planning on getting engaged and started thinking a whole lot about my future. In education, like a lot of you know, especially private schools, teachers don't work for money. They do it because it's their calling. I had a deeper desire to try something new. If my mom were here, and I think she actually just walked in the door, so I am a dove and a mama's boy, completely admit it. But she would also tell you that I always push the envelope, always ruffle feathers along the way, and never keep my opinions to myself, and wearing my emotions on my sleeve. I knew I needed to try something new in my life. This is when I started to build my resume and reach out to friends that had connections in the community. I landed on a friend that connected me with Josh, and I set up an interview. This was my first interview at the age of 39. I had no idea what I was walking into. I was thinking sales, HR. I had no freaking clue what I was doing. We sat in the front conference room and talked for almost an hour. And on the way out the door, he said to me, "Would you like to run our new lawn company?" I looked back at him and I said, "I don't know a damn thing about business, Josh." Perfect, yeah. He knew that, and he had faith in me that I would learn it along the way, and was confident that I would connect with my people and be a great leader. I remember calling my girlfriend at the time, now my wife, mentioning that I'm either on a hidden camera show or our lives just changed for the better. I started my position at Dreamlawn in a small office with a folding table as a desk and a chair. No one knew who the hell I was because Dreamlawn hadn't even been announced yet. It didn't take long for me to realize that this place was special. After a month in my new position, I traveled to St. Louis for mine and Maddie's engagement party. I was so proud to introduce my parents to Maddie's entire family. My dad was so excited for me and where I was in my life. The next night while traveling, I got a phone call I'll never forget. It was from my brother in Kansas City. He said that my dad was in the hospital and they didn't think he was going to make it. He had a freak brain bleed that caused him to lose brain activity. As we sat by his bedside the next couple of days, we had a lot of laughs and so many tears. In the days following, we stood in Miège's gym as an estimate of 3,000 people walked by us to pay their respects. That is the type of impact we all should want to have on people's lives. As the months have passed and time has moved on, there isn't a moment that goes by that I don't think about my dad. I was in a really bad place after he passed away. I mask it very well. If it weren't for my wife, my friends, family, and people like Cam, Nicole, Nathan, Amy, Drew, Bryce, Rob, Jeffrey, Jason, and Josh, and many other Southwinders that picked me up every day and helped me smile when I didn't want to. I don't know where I would be today without them. As we wind down the day, being a part of such great speakers and inspirational messages, I think about my dad, who showed me what it takes to dedicate themselves to others. We have an opportunity to alter lives every day. The most important part of our businesses are our people. I thought I wouldn't have the opportunity to mold and shape lives after giving up coaching basketball, but I was wrong. It just looks different than what I was used to. We have an opportunity to watch lives change right in front of us. Taking somebody as a beginning teammate and watching them grow and become leaders of their own businesses. As leaders, we have the chance to deflect praise onto our team and see winning cultures grow. We have opportunities to bring positive energy every day to people that might not get that outside of work. We have a chance to tell people how important they are and even let them know that they are loved. All of us have an opportunity to change lives, and by doing so, we have a chance to change the world. Don't let a day pass by without acknowledging the opportunities that we have and the people that we are surrounded by. Don't let today's message fall by the wayside. I had an incredible friend, role model, and leader in my life, and my dad. Don't let a second more go by for you to be that person for somebody in your business. Life is too short. Don't waste your time saying you're going to do it. Make time now and do it. Thank you.